Hey everyone, what's up? I am Jess, aka Glory Days Gaming, and we recently started our Let's Go Eevee nuzlocke. So this is the first episode of that, and it marks us leaving Pallet Town all the way to maybe beating the first gym. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm just going to start with the rules for this nuzlocke because it's a little different just with it being Let's Go Eevee, and obviously there's no battling other than trainer battles in Let's Go Eevee. So I'm just going to read it straight off of the list that I have because there's a lot of them. So you can only catch one Pokemon per route or cave, and that is of your choice unless one engages you. You may not catch another. Any Pokemon that faints is considered dead, just like a normal nuzlocke. You either put it into storage permanently. I've been just sending them to the professor for candy because crush them up. If a shiny appears, you can catch that, that's fine. Legendaries cannot be used, though they may be caught. You can return to each route after defeating each gym to catch one more Pokemon, so that's fine. That's the only way that we can get around the not being able to get experience from anything other than trainer battles. I've seen it done before that you can get through a nuzlocke without catching anything additional. No. Anyway, there's also a condition to get into Koga's gym that you have to have caught 35 Pokemon, which I physically won't be able to do before Koga's gym, so that's fine. You cannot use berries to assist in catching Pokemon. Your partner Pokemon can only learn one special move when you reach Cerulean, and it can only be swapped out once in Celadon and once in Fuchsia. You cannot purchase Pokeballs, you have to use the ones that you're given in battle or that you find as you progress. Nicknames are required after catching each Pokemon, and you can edit the nicknames to show battles. I've been editing the nicknames to show death. The battle style must be set. Blackout, whiteout means that you return to the start of the game. Soft resetting is forbidden. Eevees are permitted, and you can't trade for a lowland Pokemon, but you can receive gift Pokemon, and co-op may not be used. The only other thing that we have added to that is Dupe's Clause, that I can pass over a Pokemon if I've already caught it. And that's basically how we've been working this. It's sort of a as we go thing. We've never nuzlocked this particular game before, and with the change in style, it's been a little bit different. But with that being said, let's get into it and watch how far we got the first time, and you guys can suffer with me. I am well known for hating nuzlocks, especially in this game. I get too attached to my Pokemon. I don't enjoy this. But it was requested a lot by people in stream, so we've gone for it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Yeah. We're gonna try. It'll be something. If it's not funny, it'll be something. And we can say we did it, and it'll be great. So, let's go Eevee nuzlocke. So just like all Pokemon games, we start by meeting our Pokemon Professor. In this game, because it's Gen 1, it's Professor Oak. He asks us to name our character, and we name ourselves Glory Days because that's me. And we name our rival Hop because I hate Hop. So we start off in our bedroom, just like normal. There's an email, and we read that. That's just the tutorial telling us how to play the game. And we get just through that. It's all basic stuff. Hop shows up, as your rival tends to do, just to tell you where you're going, and also to threaten us to make sure that we read the tutorial. I did, that's fine. And we head to Oak's lab. Oak is not there. Where is Oak? So we go out to find Professor Oak to basically get started, and we locate him just messing around at the start of Route 1, getting attacked by some Pidgeys. Or not. Professor Oak is the Disney princess of the Pokemon world. You just and all the Pidgeys come to help him. So now that Oak is done being the Disney princess of Pokemon, we start to head back to the lab, but we meet Eevee for the first time, and oh my heart. Eevee's adorable, and she's a very cute thing. We get into our first Pokemon battle, so this is where, if you've not played this before, you learn how to catch Pokemon. It's the same mechanics as Pokemon Go, so you just throw the ball. We don't fight them, we don't weaken them. We get an Ice Throw and we catch Eevee, which is excellent. And now we have our first Pokemon, and technically, by Let's Go standards, the Nuzlocke has begun, because we already have Pokeballs and we have our first Pokemon. So, Oak is happy because we figured it out, and tells us to just pick up the Pokeball. But when we try, the Pokeball bounces off to places unknown. It turns out it bounces off to the lab. So, after watching it bounce around us for a little while, me and Professor Oak chase the Pokeball back to the lab, where I get to choose my starter Pokemon. Which, in this case, is Eevee. Because it's going to be Eevee. We knew that. That's not a spoilie, right? This scene kills me. So now we have a new friend, and we are going to get started with our Pokemon Let's Go Eevee adventure with our very adorable Eevee. So we name it Mishy after one of our friends in the chat, who has actually been my friend since I was very small. So it seemed fitting because we've been friends for so long, and I want to be friends with this Eevee. So we head out with our Pokedex. This is Professor Oak giving us our Pokedex and explaining how to use it. And we leave the lab. I left with the intention of going to see my mum, but my mum came to see me. So that was pretty cool. We get a town map and the necessary things for our journeys. We leave, we head to Route 1, and we catch our first Pokemon, which is a Pidgey that we named Master Eye after one of our very first ever followers. So now we have Mishy and Master Eye the Pidgey, and we head on to Viridian City. In Viridian City we go to the Pokemart, and there is a worker from the shop who asks us to deliver a package to Professor Oak, which we do because we're nice like that, we're friendly. Normally I would have walked back to get more experience, but as we're not catching, we just fast travel back, and we give the package to Professor Oak. Eevee jumps up on us, which is the cutest thing ever, and I just wish my real cat called Eevee would do this, and I would just... That's a whole other thing though. Hop shows up and decides to battle us because he wants to destroy me, and I'm going to be honest guys, I thought the Nuzlocke was over right here because I have done no leveling and no grinding. I've caught one Pidgey. So normally by the first battle we've at least, you know, we both start at level 5 or we've at least done something. In this case I had done nothing. So we took the path of least resistance and we tail whipped, and after a very not quite so damaging attack from the Pikachu, we managed to get our tail whip off, lower its defense, and then we hit it with the tackle. During this whole scene, the entire chat were like cheering for Hop, which was exciting. Para hacks, and after two tackles, we put Pikachu back in its ball, which honestly I didn't see coming. I've never been so relieved in my life as to when we didn't die here. So Pikachu faints and Hop is shocked for some reason, and we head back out. We meet Hop's sister just at the start of Route 1 as we're leaving, and she gives us a cute matching outfit for Eevee, which I obviously have to immediately put on because that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. At this point we start playing with Eevee because I didn't realise we could, well I knew but I forgot that we could, and honestly I think I just messed about with this for like 10 minutes because look at her face, she's so happy. But we head back through Route 1, back into Viridian, and we bump into the Pokécenter man who sent us on the quest in the first place, who is very close to Pallet Town, and I don't understand why we had to do it for him. But he gave us some free samples, so we got a potion from him, which is super helpful, and we have our first trainer battle with a youngster whose name is Ronnie. Ronnie has a Rattata, and again, I was very worried that the nuzlocke was over. Basically, every battle that I have, I'm very worried the nuzlocke is over. But it turns out that Rattata was not too big of a threat. I believe it was level 3. And we made short work of him, which was helpful and gave us a little bit of an experience boost for both Pidgey and Eevee. Yep, so Rattata faints and we get experience and some cash. We head to the Pokemon Center in Viridian City to heal up before we go to Viridian Forest. Just before we hit up Viridian Forest, we take a quick stroll down Route 22, which is the path to the Elite Four. We can't get onto Victory Road at this point, but there is a couple of Pokeballs and we can catch a Pokemon here. We run into Hop again, who is also doing the same thing we're doing, just seeing how far you can get towards Victory Road. And obviously, because we've bumped into each other, we have to have a battle. So, we thought the nuzlocke was over. So, Hop has a Pidgey now. We have a Pidgey now too, though. But we send in Mishy because I was doing my best to get a couple of levels onto my Eevee before I started trying to level up anything else, so at least I had a strong fallback. And Eevee's pretty tanky. After 2 tackles, Pidgey goes down and Hop sends out his Pikachu, which is now a higher level than us. We choose not to switch because obviously Pikachu against our Pidgey is not going to end well for us, and we would like Pidgey to survive. So we keep it with Eevee. He Thundershocks and we Tail Whip to bring his defense down again. It seems to be a winning strategy for the start of this game. And after, I think it was 2 tackles. I think it was 2 tackles in this battle, and we made it through. No, it was a tackle and a quick attack. I was mistaken. Through tackling and 2 quick attacks, we made it through. Fainting his Pikachu. I'm not gonna lie, I still panicked both times. Mishy leveled up, which was amazing. So now Eevee's level 7, Mastery Rai is level 5, and Learned Gust, which is great because it gives us another flying type move to use as we go through the Viridian Forest. Our Route 22 catch was a Rattata, who has a very cute running animation. So we caught him and we named it Vexed Wave. Vexed Wave, again, one of our followers from way back at the start, came over from Mixer with us. We speak to this girl in Viridian who helps us to get one of our Pokemon to follow us, and we head on up to Route 3. Our catch on Route 3 was a Bellsprout, who excellent throw, and we caught it. And then, I'm not even going to lie, we spent at least 10 minutes just laughing at his running animation. So we named it Madwraiths, who again, a friend all the way from the Mixer days. And chat really wanted to see the running animation for Bellsprout, so we did this, and then I honestly spent 10 minutes just running in circles because look at it. It's so fast. So we head through the tunnel into Viridian Forest, and this was just a whole big sequence of us fighting trainers. So we beat Last Joanna, we leveled up to level 8 for Eevee, bunch of bug catchers, bunch of lasses, bunch of youngsters. We leveled up a few times. This was the harrowing moment when I tried to catch a Pikachu and a Metapod spawned right in front of me. And I wanted the Pikachu for Misty's gym, so I would have the most chance to level it up, but no, Metapod had other ideas. So we caught Metapod. I was not happy. But Mastery Rai, Vexed Wave and Madwraiths all leveled up, and that was really helpful. And so I guess I can't complain. Although they would have leveled up had I caught the Pikachu. There were a few more trainer battles just to get through the rest of the forest. The forest counts as one area, so there was no more catches here. But we did make a good chunk of experience leveling up through these trainer battles. We ended up, Eevee grew to level 9 after this battle. And we also managed to get quite a lot of Pokédollars, so we can use that to buy healing items so that hopefully we won't die quite as easily when we finally face Brock. So we head into Pewter City and bump into Hop again, and I'm not going to lie, I panicked because I thought this was another battle. It wasn't though, so that was nice. He tells us about Brock and about the gym challenge. We head to the Poké Center and we heal up, and we heal up and we head back into Viridian Forest because I started to panic that I did not have enough experience. We managed to find a bug catcher that we hadn't fought yet and a couple of items laying around on the ground that we had missed because I already knew the route through the forest, so I kind of just followed it straight round instead of actually exploring like I should have. I headed to the museum because something told me that there was something I could do there, but I was wrong. And I babysat this lady's slowpoke for a while. I didn't understand that, but I got a nugget for doing it, which I can sell for more potions. And we head into the gym to face off against Brock, which was just terrifying. A standout quote from chat was, "Onix gonna take a life," and foreshadowing. So we fight the first trainer. Madrace grows to level 6 and we are challenged by our second trainer, and Mastery Rye grew to level 8, Vexwave grew to level 6. Vexwave also learned Quick Attack at this point, which I hoped would maybe be helpful, but I think his level is going to be too low to do anything for us. We get to Brock and we start our first gym leader challenge. Brock sends out Geodude, as Brock tends to do. And we start with Madrace because grass against rock is always a good bet. And we start off with a Vine Whip and things seem to be going okay. We get him straight into the orange and Geodude tackles, which does disgustingly more damage than I was expecting. We Vine Whip him again and it's faint, which is good for us because I didn't think we were going to survive anymore. Tackles, Madrace grew to level 7, which was great. And then we sent out Eevee because I started to panic because the Geodude was level 10 and the Onix was going to be level 12. I just knew it. And he sends out his level 12 Onix. I decided that the best way to go about it is to tail whip and try and get his defense down a little bit. So we go for that and Onix uses Rock Throw, which does a quarter, which isn't huge, but it was more than I was expecting. We tail whip again just to try and bring his defense down as much as we can before we send our Bellsprout back out. And I figured at -2 we were doing okay. At this point I decide to heal Madrace so that he's coming out at full health. And while I know that Eevee could still take on another Rock Throw, we switch out to Madrace at this point to try and get some big damage with Vine Whip. But Onix headbutts and does half of our health immediately. Not to be deterred, we try to hit him with the Vine Whip, but he outspeeds, hits us with a Rock Throw, and we have our first death of the Nuzlocke when we lose Bellsprout. So I panic and send Mastery Rye because at this point Eevee is also quite low health. Onix uses Rock Throw and Oko's our Pidgey. And I'm panicking because I can't be the person that loses their Nuzlocke in Pewter City. So I send out my Metapod because something has to be sacrificed, and I didn't even remember to name the Metapod because I was so mad that it stopped me from getting my Pikachu. I sacrifice my Metapod to the greater good and use its turn to heal Eevee. And Onix uses Rock Throw and immediately Oko's our Metapod. Surprise, surprise. we switch back out to Mishy. Now with 3 deaths on the board already, and Mishy is our final hope. So she comes out being all cute the way she be, and instead of messing around and trying to tail whip and bring the defence down more, we just go straight in with quick attacks because Onix seems to be fast and is outspeeding everything. Onix hits us with headbutt and takes us down to almost half health. So we quick attack again. So this goes back and forth for a bit where we quick attack, headbutt, quick attack, headbutt, heal, headbutt for 15 minutes. And Onix is just so bulky. It takes so long for us to get him down to any kind of health where I feel like I'm going to win. So at this point I was almost convinced we were going to die or run out of potions before we got him anywhere close to somewhere that we could be confident in a win. So I've cut a lot of that out because it was just the same thing over and over for 15 minutes. We eventually got him into the red, hit him with a final quick attack, and he faints. And I've never been more relieved in my life. Mishy got a very well deserved level up to level 10. Forgot Growl and learned double kick, which is going to be super helpful for us going into Mount Moon. We got some cash from Brock, and we do the cute Eevee high five after we get our boulder badge. High five, so cute. We get our boulder badge and Brock explains that we can now catch Pokemon up to level 20 and we learn the TM. We get the TM headbutt. So we survive the first gym and we leave, only to run into Blue. Cool nickname. And he is the grandson of Professor Oak and is also the rival from way early on, like in the olden days, in the 90s. He gives us some great balls and we rename our dead Pokemon RIP because at that point I hadn't figured out how to send them to the professor yet. So we decided to call it there with 3 of our 5 Pokemon dead and head for Cerulean City. So first of all, before we do that, I'm going to head back to each of the routes I've already been to and catch an additional Pokemon for XP. This also means that I can catch another Pikachu in the Viridian Forest, and that would hopefully give us a bit of a leg up against Misty as long as I can get some decent levels on it before we meet her. We do have all the trainers in Mount Moon, the Nugget Bridge trainers, and all the trainers on the route to Bill's house, so I'm hoping that between those and the additional catches we're allowed to get, we'll be able to make a bit of a dent in the Cerulean City gym and Misty won't punt us into the sun. But I guess we'll find out next time. Until then though, thank you guys for sticking with me and watching this. If you enjoyed this sort of nuzlocke, let me know. If there's anything you would change, any rules you want to add, give me a shout and let me know. Quite happy to change things up because this is the first one we've done. We're hoping to do more of these and we just hope that it's something that you guys like to watch. If there's anything else that you would like to see as well, let me know and I'll be happy to work something out. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to find out when we're next uploading, because we don't have a schedule at the moment, be sure to click subscribe and you'll get a notification to let you know when we upload the next part of this. We are filming that tonight, so we should be editing it and getting it out at some point next week. But until then, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you and I love you so much.